Imagine for a moment that you could be taught how to heal yourself when you're sick. Now, imagine you could be taught how to heal other people as well, without medicine, without even touching them. They have learned an ancient Chinese art of healing called Qigong. His name is Chunyi Lin. Qigong is the art of manipulating that energy through meditation and specific movements.
We combine the energy of the healer and the mind, using the mind together, and pass my chi into the patient's body.
I was diagnosed with MS in 2000, a really serious, dramatic deterioration in my condition.
At that time, I was in a lot of pain. I had a very serious neck injury. I could barely move my neck. I
hadn't had a decent night's sleep in several years, probably close to 10 years. And I was frustrated and looked for lots of different answers.
I had macular degeneration.
When I first started with Qigong, I could barely walk. I couldn't write a note. I had Parkinson's.
Using my hand to find out the blockage in the body.
Before I got here, I had crutches and a wheelchair, and I also had a mold spore in my lung that summer from a leak in my ceiling. So I had Lyme disease, a mold spore, and hobbling.
And I couldn't turn my head at all to the side, not up or down, and was on lots of pain medications.
And as the year progressed, I was just getting worse and worse, to the point where I was in a wheelchair and had ordered an electric wheelchair and had to...
Now, I couldn't interview for a job after I first was fired because I would shake.
That my breast cancer had returned. They found a spot in my liver. That's an automatic stage 4.
I started to have a lot of pain in my shoulder. I looked at it and he said to me, you've got arthritis in the shoulder and you've got no cartilage.
Still am battling cancer. I have lymphoma stage 4. I was very ill. The last 2 hospitalizations, I didn't think I was going to live. I really felt like I was going to leave this body and move on. So
through my hand and help him to clear the blockages in the area so that she can flow easily in that area and the symptom disappear.
To study, Chunyi Lin has revised and simplified the teaching of Qigong to a form he says anyone and everyone can learn.
Use your mind to heal the body.
The physical poses and breathing patterns, and David Cruz is going to tell us more.
You're watching people practicing Qigong. Through various techniques, the balancing of a person's inner energy.
Energy healing, spiritual healing is one side, physical healing is another. If you separate these two, the healing is not complete.
Chunyi's work has even drawn the attention of the famed Mayo Clinic, and he says to those who doubt,
well, you just try it. If you don't try it, you just don't know it. Because everybody was born with this gift.
From a medical perspective, really, what sort of things can an energy practice like Spring Forest Qigong do for you? What benefits could it really have?
There are numerous benefits with regard to Spring Forest and energy medicine.
Inner energy, a healing energy, says a Qigong master.
Kindness through your intention. You can bring this energy out to help others, just like when you make a prayer.
And there's room for both, says Chunyi, which is why its appeal is growing among Southern Californians like Ron and Kim Janer, who viewed healing with one's energy with skepticism, until Ron saw Qigong work close up.
My father had terminal bone cancer a number of years ago and was told he only had a few weeks to live. And long story short, that's what got me and my family interested in this field of medicine. And my dad's still alive today, years after he was told he was going to die.
Now, Qigong sessions like this one in LA are drawing hundreds of men and women seeking healing.
Try it. It may be the answer for you. It may do more than we know. It's possible because this does make some scientific sense.
It can't really, though, help you get well from a disease, though, can it?
Well, the answer to that is yes, it can. And that's contrary to popular belief of many practitioners, but I've seen far too many responses to say no, it can't. and you're pumping maybe nearly 65 to 70% of that to your old noodle up here, so you're thinking quicker and better.
When I came to Master Lin's Spring Forest Qigong, I said, that sounds right. It resonated with me.
Master Lin scanned my body and right away found the blockage, or what he called the blockage. I didn't even know what that meant at that time, but right away said, oh, you have pain, you know, right here, and put his hand on the exact spot where I had been having extreme pain.
And I always ask the men involved, well, how did you get into this? Because you see rooms full of women. And a man in front of me said the Mayo Clinic sent him. He had a mold spore in his lung for 9 years. They couldn't clear. And I said, wow, am I in the right place?
He looked like, waved his hand basically over me, didn't even touch me. And I instantly felt better than I had felt in a long, long time.
So I started taking his lessons from a videotape and from the audio tapes.
I went in September for a weekend intensive for levels 1 and 2, and then stayed for a couple of weeks and had some healing sessions with Master Lin. And by the time I left, I wasn't using a cane anymore.
I came to see Master Lin, and the moment he entered the room where I was, I felt this overwhelming feeling of love and things are going to be okay.
What I did is I signed up for the healing teleconferences, phone calls, and ever since I started like the second healing teleconference call, my blood work has been normal ever since.
And I breathe, bring all the energy in from the universe, push it into this shoulder, and then in my mind turn it into smoke or air, and I push it out of my shoulder. By the time I do this 3 times, there's no more pain in the shoulder.
I did the breathing of the universe, visualizing the energy coming into my body from all over.
Breathing into the shoulder, and it got better and better and better.
And within 2 weeks of starting to do the active exercise and starting to learn meditation, I started sleeping. After the first night, I started sleeping, and I've been sleeping beautifully ever since.
I can move my neck completely, I can turn my head. I'm virtually pain-free when I practice Qigong and do the things that I need to do. And it really has been a miracle in my life.
And he said, let me take another x-ray. So he takes another x-ray of my shoulder. He says, show me what you're doing again. I said, well, I'm doing this and this.
And it's been 8 months, and I've just gotten better and better. So it feels like I got my life back in a huge way, in a dramatic, impactful way.
When I went for the biopsy, there was nothing to biopsy. And he asked me why they sent me to him, because there was nothing there.
He said to me, it's impossible for you to do that. There's no way that you can do what you just showed me. So I looked at him. He says, I'm going to show you something. Takes me over to the x-ray, and there's bone on bone. You got no cartilage here. He said, you should be in excruciating pain. He says, you can't do that, but don't stop.
And I just feel so grateful. I feel healthy and just wonderful.
So by the time you left and went back home,
I could walk. I even skipped lunch that day. My legs, all the swelling was gone, my ankles. I walked without pain the first time in 3 years.
and the Lyme disease and the mold spore, what happened there?
I stopped coughing. I didn't have any more problems, and the red bullseye had gone.
I landed the job about 2 months ago, and they had no idea that I had Parkinson's.
Hold your arm out, Wayne. Now, what did it used to be like?
His imagery of the butterflies was the first time I could hear that and actually see my cancer cells leave my body.
And when I went back in 2 months, the wet macular degeneration was gone.
Had migraines for 6 years. I mean, absolutely debilitating migraines. And 2 sessions, phone sessions with Chun-Yi Lin. Right on. That's pretty major.
There's no sign of cancer in my body any longer. My doctors, my wonderful doctors at the Block Center in Illinois, told me I'm a walking miracle.
Immediate change.
In a week?
In 3 days.
3 days?
3 days of being here.
Now it's been 6 weeks and my blood work has been perfect. And I've had 4 teleconferences with Mr. Lin. can only tell anybody that they should do Qigong. Even if somebody as sick as I was has come back to life like this.
When I came home from 3 days of level 1 and 2 Spring Forest Qigong, I had nothing.
What I really like about his work is that he's mainly a teacher. And so it's nice that he's taking care of individual patients, but he's teaching thousands of people.
Just that we can heal ourselves.
Chee is a delightful, loving person. He truly inspires you to try a new way. We call this a new way of healing, but it's an ancient way that he brought us from his homeland. And God bless him for doing that.
A very peaceful, serene, compassionate man who wants to help people in the world.
When Master Lin would walk around the class and heal people and clear blockages, and I was just in awe. I'm still in awe. Even when I do the healings now with the Qigong healer, I'm in awe.
And you're convinced it was the Spring Forest Qigong that helped you?
I am beyond convinced. I felt
his goal is to teach other people how to encourage people to find healing and how to use Qigong as a tool in that package of healing. And it is the answer. It truly is.
And because of Master Lin's direction and guiding me, I met him once. Thank God for Master Lin.
I'm walking proof that it works. I'll scream it from the rooftop. Go. Try it.
That I let go of my cancer cells. So much to the point that I had a PET scan a week ago and all the cancer does not show.
Qigong really has been a miracle cure for me. So I'm thankful for Spring Forest and Master Lin.
I mean, I'm so thrilled, you know, to be able to punch and block and do my katas and train and do everything without excruciating pain and go to sleep at night.
Before Qigong, it was like a deep tunnel, and I didn't think I could ever get out.
I am grateful, I am blessed, and I cannot thank Master Lin enough.
The healing can occur, and they can heal themselves.
I believe I'm healed. I was born a healer.